Wow, Bound for Glory just ended, and it was crazy. Oh, the Great War might have been the greatest match I've ever seen, and I'm not. Fireballs. He had fire in his hands and was. Oh, holy shit! What? Matt Hardy's a genius. Matt Hardy, greatest wrestler of 2016. Fact. That is it. What the So we start off the show with DJZ versus Trevor Lee. And it was a match that just got announced today. Because, we had to have an X Division match. But it was a classic X Division match. Like, these guys tore it up. Great stuff. Great chemistry. The back and forth pace of this match. My favorite moments of the match were when DJZ gets out of the deadlift German suplex, right? So here's Trevor Lee walking over him. He hits a back flip and then just picks him up and fucking slings him. I'm like, that is the first time I've ever seen a moonsault into a fucking German suplex. What? That was awesome. And then he comes running at DJZ, and DJZ hits him with a Canadian Destroyer, gets up, hits the DDT, and it was over. But man, oh man, that's the best X Division match we've seen in a while. Well, since Slammiversary, and it was awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff there. It was really enjoyable. That was a great way to start off the show. It got This Is Awesome chants, TNA chants. Great way to start off the show in a match that wasn't even it was probably planned, but they took a while to announce it. Like, we didn't even have it in our Impact predictions. I mean, our Bound for Glory predictions, but we had this match here, and it was great. And now we go to our Bound for Gold match. I had mixed feelings about this one. We had Jesse Goddard and Spud to start it off. And Jesse Goddard looked good all the way up until he tore his hamstring or something. Like, something got fucked up, because that dude could barely even walk, but he was still out there trying to hit moves and everything. I don't even know how he's going to be able to stand, because that looked like he fucked his leg up. I mean, it really looked like it hurt. Whew, what the hell, man. It was insane looking. It really looked like he got fucked up. Tyrus was wearing the Internet Ruin Wrestling shirt. Great stuff. That was fucking awesome. If you guys did not notice that, yeah, he was wearing an Internet Ruin Wrestling. It did. It truly did. So Grado got the biggest pop during this match when he came out. The freaking crowd went nuts. And he just comes in, just goes right back out. Spud just says, "You're out." Like, it was crazy. Spud was pretty good, funny in this match too. He went after Sutter and Jesse Goddard and just went for a double clothesline. He just fucking bounced off. I thought that was pretty funny. Robbie E trying to eliminate Jesse was pretty cool. But the guy who we pretty much all thought was going to win, Eli Drake. Dummy. Yeah, and he won, and I was happy. I figured he was going to win, like I said in my predictions. And it was Tyrus, Goddard, and Eli Drake. The three people I thought had a chance to win it came down to the final three. My other pick was Robbie E, just because he's my favorite wrestler. He didn't get there, but it was an interesting match. It wasn't as entertaining as last year's Bound for Gold, but it was still an okay matchup. The crowd was not too aware of this because they just got done with that crazy X Division match. But all in all, it was a decent matchup. I'm not going to complain too much about it. Just crazy, like, that injury Jesse Goddard's had during the match. I'm just swear they're going to say something about that injury. That looked fucked up. But we might have got told who's buying the company. Drew Galloway had a promo. He mentioned the Intercontinental Championship and the Tag Team Championship, and then said the reason Billy Corgan's buying this company is because of me. And then I was like, I just was thinking, like, he just say why he was? Yeah, I figured, but Billy Corgan might have been one of the front runners. I know WWE was trying to. We still gotta wait to see if he's actually gonna get it. A lot of people are probably gonna be. You look up TNA tomorrow on Google. Oh, Billy Corgan. But what if that doesn't actually happen? So you can just kind of take this as it was. Is it gonna happen? Is it not gonna happen? Who knows? But man, that promo was good. He cut too. And did he say something about he was out for a year? I hope not, because the dude was awesome. I hope he's really not out for a year. That would suck. That would really suck. Oh man, so we had Mike Bennett versus Moose. He had the West Orange football team come out there, and they were getting the crowd hyped. That was pretty cool. And he came out there with the shoulder pads on, with Moose spray painted on. It was fucking, like he said on Twitter, his entrance was going to be big time. And I really did enjoy it. He got the crowd hyped. But the crowd's always hyped when Moose comes out. They're always hitting the Moose chants. So, it was pretty good. The match was decent. They had some great spots, especially when Moose was going for that crossbody off the top. And fucking Mike Bennett just straight reversed that into a cutter. That was fucking awesome. And then Moose, crazy athletic dude. What? I mean, he's crazy. He's crazy good. Moose actually does get the victory with that insane fucking clothesline. And Mike Bennett looked really good in this match. The only reason I say it was decent is because I felt like Mike Bennett should have won this. He lost that Slammiversary. Why would you make him lose again here tonight? Because I thought he had to look good going on to face what he did with Cody Rhodes later on in the show. I thought he for sure had to, look decent in this match. I mean, he looked decent. I just thought maybe he should have got the win. Give him some more momentum going into what he did later in the night. So our next match was the Impact Grand Championship finale. 3 round, 5 minutes for each round or whatever. Different from the 3 rounds, 3 minutes, so they gave him more time. The craziest part of the match was decent. Like, I enjoyed it. I was liking the physicality. Damian Sandow, wow, I still say that. Aaron Rex looked great in the matchup. Eddie Edwards looked pretty good. But what made the match feel weird was the power went out. Like, the lights went out. And Josh Matthews said, they have had technical difficulties with electricity at the Universal Studios. And the fans started chanting, "Pay the light bill." I died. That was fucking hilarious. And when it turned back on, some fans were chanting, "Thank you, Billy." I was dead. Oh my god. That was great. But the match actually got really, really good in the 3rd round. I was really impressed. Eddie Edwards, man, when Davey Richards comes back, they were even chanting, "We want Davey." When Davey Richards comes back, the Wolves versus the Broken Hearted, please make it happen. Please make it happen. I don't care what you got to do, but Aaron Rex wins, and by decision. So I thought that was pretty interesting. A lot of people have no problems with the belt. It's just with the way the match has to stop in between the rounds or whatever. Like, I'm fine with it as long as we don't see it. We had to see it this much because of the tournament, but I don't think we're going to see it every week, that style of matchup. So I think I'm going to be fine with it, just as long as they don't have it every freaking week. Like, maybe 2 times a month, I'm fine with it, but not every week, because this is wrestling. I do understand that they're trying to do something different, and that's fine. I enjoyed the style of matches, but don't have them every week. It just kind of gets stale, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully when Drew Galloway comes back, he gets a title opportunity and Aaron Rex keeps it. I would like to see that match, but Eddie Edwards versus Aaron Rex was pretty good. I was happy with the match. Like I said, it was decent. The crowd was way more behind Eddie Edwards this time. If it would have been Drew Galloway, they'd have been way behind Aaron Rex. But Eddie Edwards has proven to be, well, the Wolves in general are fan favorites in the Impact Zone. Every time they're in Orlando and the Wolves were there, they'd be going nuts. And every time Eddie Edwards is in a match, the Impact Zone goes nuts. So, all in all, it was a decent match. Like I said, Aaron Rex gets the victory. He's your first ever Grand Champion. Great. Now, that Hall of Fame induction, that was great. Oh my gosh. Dixie put a picture on Instagram with Taryn Terrell and Christy Hemme. Taryn Terrell, man, her match versus Gail at Slammiversary was one of the greatest women's matches I've seen. They really, really had a good match. I didn't expect to see Awesome Kong out there. I was like, wow, Awesome Kong's here. I was like, let's go. And everybody was chanting, "You deserve it." That freaking video package gave me chills. Like, all in all, thank you, Gail. That's all I gotta say. She has been awesome. She's, I would say, top 5 women's wrestlers of all time. I'd put her in there with Trish Stratus, Lita, Mickie James, Gail, and then I don't know, like, who would number 5 be? But great stuff, great stuff. I enjoyed that whole thing. Some people are saying that was worth the $40 in itself. I would say it was, because it was great. Like, it was great seeing her get inducted. I mean, I was happy with it. That was one of my favorite moments of the night too. So our next match, man, oh man, the Great War, and this was probably why most people bought this pay-per-view, because this was the greatest thing I've ever seen. I said that on Twitter. I'm not lying. This was fucking great. They start fighting. It didn't take long for them to go out to the outside. But when Rebby, well, we gotta backtrack. When the entrance started, Rebby's playing the piano. And here comes Matt Hardy. The fans start going delete. And he just looks at the screen. Oh, I can't. It was crazy. That entrance was awesome. And then here comes the Decay. And I'm ready. And they just all 3 of them spit the mist at Rebby. All 3. I was like, let's go. Got her out of there. And then they all start fighting towards the back. Matt and fucking Abyss go to the Universal Orlando fucking parking lot, and they're just going at it. And here comes Jeff and Crazy Steve. They're fine, and they're throwing each other into ladders everywhere. They had the lake of rehabilitation back there, a little bitty bucket. I don't know if anybody noticed that. But when Crazy Steve poured it on Jeff, Jeff disappeared. He comes back looking like a lunatic. Like, what was that? And it was just hilarious. He was throwing fucking fruit and pumpkins at Crazy Steve. Put a pumpkin's head on Rebby. That was awesome. Holy shit. And then he disappears again. And here comes Willow, and the freaking crowd went crazy. Oh my gosh. So, we go back to Matt and Abyss. Some guy in a truck rides up. I didn't know where they were going with this, but some guy in the truck rides up, and he's like, we're gonna delete, and the fucking Abyss just fucking threw his ass over. I was like, oh my god, what was that? And so they look over, and Matt Hardy's got fire in his hands. He said on Twitter that getting shocked gave him more broken powers or whatever. But when this dude had fire and threw it at Janice, and Matt's like, Janice, you're so hot. I died. Almost on the floor laughing, like, what? So, they fight inside the truck. They're driving in the truck. We come back, and they're just beating the shit out of each other in the truck. So here comes Jeff and Crazy Steve back, and the crowd's going crazy. The chants of TNA, this is awesome, let's go Hardys. Matt then pulls back up in the truck with Rosemary and Abyss laid out in the back. And then they park the truck. Abyss gets out, and Matt Hardy says something about a pickup truck. I gotta go back and listen to what he said. And they fight back into the arena. So there they are. They're both in there now. And Abyss goes and grabs the freaking thumbtacks. Well, Jeff Hardy grabs the barbed wire boards. They're fighting. They hit the twist of fate. Both of them did, actually. And here comes Rebby Sky back in the match. Power bombed Rosemary through the freaking table. And one thing I forgot to tell you about, that crazy spot with the coast to coast from Rosemary was pretty cool too. I really did. That was awesome. And then after Rebby puts Rosemary out, Matt Hardy puts fucking thumbtacks on the barbed wire board. Side effect to Abyss on the barbed wire board. Here comes the fucking barbed wire board on top of Abyss, and Matt Hardy just destroyed him there. This was before the table spots to Rosemary interfered, so the match was to go. And this match was insane. Like, and then Jeff Hardy grabs 2 tables. They set up 2 tables. They get the biggest ladder. Like, what was that? The size of that ladder. It was huge. And Matt Hardy's like, we'll give you 1 chance. You can have your addiction. And he goes up to the top. Swanton bomb through the 2 tables. 1, 2, 3. And the Hardys are the new tag team champions. Best match of 2016. It was hilarious, crazy as fuck, and just awesome altogether. Like, I loved it, man. Like, with the Hall of Fame induction and the Matt Hardy, the Great War, that was worth the $40 in itself. Those two matches, you add in everything else, and it was a good show. So we get the women's match, and I came into this match thinking Maria's not gonna do too well. She impressed me a little bit. She did better than I thought she was, because she wasn't that great in WWE. We haven't seen her wrestle in years, and when she comes back and has a match, well, Gail makes everybody look good. Let's be honest here. That's why they're putting her in the fucking Hall of Fame. But when Maria hit that spine buster, okay, yeah, she's impressing me. But she goes in and tries to hit Gail with her cast or whatever, and Gail just throws it. Gail's like, nuh-uh, just throws it right out. And Allie gets involved, messes it up again for Maria. Here's the eat the feet, and Gail's your 6-time women's champion. I mean, knockouts champion, whatever. It was a great night. Great night for Gail. She deserves it. And here, Mike Bennett's pissed off. This is not the way it's supposed to be. And he's like, I'm going to shut down Bound For Glory. And I laughed. Because I really felt like he said that just because of all the rumors and shit. You should have saw him. If you followed him on Twitter, he was roasting fucking trolls and shit. And when he said that, I was like, look, get him. Just, the references tonight to that stuff was cool. Then here comes Cody and Brandy. Wow, Brandy got Gail out of the ring, and fucking Cody Rhodes hits that disaster kick, and I'm like, let's go. The fans went nuts for Cody Rhodes to come out. And besides Matt Hardy's reaction and Grato's reaction, that might have been a little bit better than Grato's reaction, but it was insane. So that sets us right up towards the main event. Man, here comes EC3. Here's Bobby Lashley. They're both out, and when Jeremy Borash introduces EC3, and then he goes, and fucking Bobby Lashley comes running and hits a spear. Like, I've never seen that. Like, what? Didn't even get to get introduced. And then he finally grabs Jeremy Borash and just, makes him introduce him. And then EC3, ring the fucking bell. I loved it. Non-PG stuff. That's great. Everything non-PG is great. That match was brutal as hell. The EC3 fly through the freaking off the top rope with a frog splash. I've never seen EC3 do some stuff like that. He hit a TK3 on the stairs. Bobby Lashley hit that spine buster on the ramp. They beat the shit out of each other. And the craziest suicide dive ever. Bobby Lashley's laid back like this when he's just getting up, so his back is like this. EC3 comes out, squashes him on the back. Like, woo, fucking killed him. Insane stuff. But when EC3 goes to the top, try to hit a 1%er off the top rope, Bobby Lashley knocks him down in a spear from the top rope. Like, when that happened, I woke everybody up. Not even gonna lie, because I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't expect that. I expected, Bobby Lashley to win. I got the shirt on. He's in bed. I didn't expect... I don't know. I expected him to win. I think I loved the way it ended with the spear off the top rope. And Bobby Lashley's still your champion. A lot of people thought EC3 was going to win, but I'm glad they didn't, because if he would have won, Billy Corgan knows. I think Billy Corgan was smart with this, because a lot of people were going to be like, oh, EC3's the next John Cena. So he kind of protected that in a way by kind of letting him lose and to show everybody he's not super Ethan or whatever. So it's, in a way, it was good, and I like the finish. It makes sense for Bobby Lashley to stay champion. He said he wants to bring that title with him at Bellator. So I think that's, it was great. It was a great night. There's a lot of rumors that Alberto Del Rio was backstage. Will he show up Thursday night? Who knows? So, all in all, TNA was great. Is Billy Corgan buying the company from the little sneak peek thing Drew Galloway gave out? My favorite match of the night was by far the Great War. Best thing I've ever seen. And let me know what you guys thought. If you guys watched Bound For Glory, what was your favorite moment besides the Great War? My favorite moment besides the Great War was Gail Kim getting inducted to the TNA Hall of Fame. That was great. Hall of Fame stuff always gets me. When people get inducted to the Hall of Fame and somebody that I really like, it gets me. And the Gail Kim induction was pretty awesome. But Let me know what your favorite moment besides the Great War, because I'm pretty sure everybody liked the Great War. Let's be honest here, it was awesome. But like, subscribe, and comment. That is my review for TNA's Bound for Glory.